היום יהיה יום טוב עם כל מה שיבוא היום יהיה יום טוב עם כל מה שיבוא כי יש פה ארץ
Hey, Hillel Yeshiva, we are live once again. Rabbi B is actually finding that very funny. We are on episode 7. Rabbi B, what's so funny? You just like
You always start off really loud, and we have to adjust your volume.
Okay, that's me by nature. I get excited.
I know your excitement is great.
When you're at Hillel with students and the greatest administration and teachers and board members, I can't hold back my excitement. I'm sorry. You know, Rabbi,
I don't blame you.
we just came off of high school seminar, which was insane.
Unreal.
Okay.
High school seminar. For those of you who don't know what it is, we spend Shabbat in a hotel with actually, as I'm saying it, it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
With all the high school kids, and we just spend the whole Shabbat together. All the tefillah, all the meals, the singing, the Saturday night comedy, the dancing.
It was insane. The students
you don't
were
sleep.
awesome.
You don't sleep.
We will do a show hopefully next week, and we'll have or in 2 weeks we'll talk more about that. But that was an amazing time. We're going to move fast because we have a lot going on. But also
Just saying, this week started last week. It started with the seminar.
Sunday,
Ishai Rebo. Who? Anybody here there? Anybody here was at Ishai?
Yeah.
Was it amazing? It's such an amazing concert.
Best concert ever.
PTA did a great job putting that together.
Last minute, it looked like it was planned for like 6 months. In support of our brothers and sisters in Israel that we keep talking about. That it was just, you could see a lot of the things that were going on Instagram. These weeks are just going by with just action-packed programs. It doesn't stop.
Last night
We
had 20 faculty members who came back at night and got certified in CPR and first aid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Avi Aboud and Sammy Sit from Hatzalah, who just gave of their time for
defibrillator. But that was not just the basic CPR; it was like the higher level,
professional level CPR for everybody.
So many of our faculty came back on their own time, which was tremendous. So that was amazing. Also, we really do have a great faculty, and now most importantly,
and we kicked off our journal.
Oh, and that's right.
Journal kickoff.
Vicki,
have a board member here, so
yes.
may as well give a plug.
Get your pledges in.
We have Vicki here, who I'm going to introduce in a minute, but they kicked off their journal. You'll tell us a little bit about that. If you want to tell us a little bit about that quickly.
Sure, very quickly. It's one of our annual big fundraisers. This year we're honoring Mr. Abe Cohen, dear cousin of mine and someone who's been involved on the leadership for 20 years. And we're very excited and we're pumped up. This is going to be the best year ever.
Yeah, Abe is tremendous, and what he does for the school, lives and breathes Hillel. He's here every minute of the day with meetings and controlling the finances and everything, and he's just an amazing person to watch. So anyone listening, don't hold back. Support in honor of Abe. Support for Hillel Yeshiva, the best yeshiva in the country, in the world, and we're looking forward to a successful journal campaign.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Why we're here today.
Okay, so let's
why is our studio being taken over by robots? What is going on?
So if I could even just give it just a brief introduction here. Okay, so first of all, we have Vicki Shammah here from representing our board, and is also now a teacher, teaching a coach for our robotics club. We have Betti Missry, who really is a rock star teacher and really is controlling the whole thing and really setting this up. You know, they had a team. They started last year, and it started very well. They did tremendous last year. The program was fantastic. We won, and we'll hear a little bit from them. But I don't think we were able to help ourselves. So we jumped way too fast on this. We started a junior high after-school program that's now a club that's competing. They had a fourth grader. They had to open up. There were so many students that wanted to join this robotics, because remember, technology, coding, all this. This is the way of the world. This is science. This is hands-on science. So if we wanted, the whole grade would have been part of this, and we're going to look to that. And being that Vicki is a board member, you know, I'm saying that publicly. We're not holding back on this robotics. We are going full force with various grades, and we're going all out because this is the way of the future. But anyway, we have Betti and Vicki here, who did a tremendous job. They took the students on a over 3-hour ride out to Hafter out in Long Island, and with our students to compete. and they coached our students. They planned with the students. They gave it. They took this so seriously and such great training. So first, if you could just tell us a little bit about, this whole concept, what you're doing here in general, what the goals are, and then we could do some demonstration with some of our wonderful students.
Okay, thank you. So we basically, the students come in, I give them kits and parts, and they have to create a robot. There's kind of instructions of how to do a basic bot, but they really have to look at the challenge. Every year is a new challenge, a different challenge that's new to everybody, and they really have to modify their robot to be able to complete the tasks at hand. We went yesterday. We competed against 151 robots
Wow.
from 40 different schools.
Wow.
Over 40 schools. Safe to say there are over 1,000 people there, maybe 1,500. It was packed.
By the way, just so that everyone sees, Hillel Yeshiva does it right. As you can see, everyone got their Hillel Yeshiva
Yes.
Robotics.
We
Thank
want
you,
to
sweatshirts.
PTA. We
Yes,
want
PTA
to
comes through once again.
Yes,
Yes. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
I
Thank
want
you
to
for that.
publicly thank PTA for unbelievable sweatshirts. The kids were surprised and ecstatic and so excited.
Show up like a
And
team.
yes,
All right.
and it was easy for us to find them in the 1,500 people. And many of them wore them to school today, and they wear them proudly, and they're proud to
PSA.
be
Can you
part of
put your name-
robotics.
Could you put your name in it, please? PSA.
So how does it work with the training and getting them to the level? And you guys got them to levels that are just not even to be believed. It sounds like
Yeah.
Let's go
we-
back to the
we-
beginning.
we had
These robots
So these-
are not built to respond. You have to tell them how to respond. to
Yes.
every
So the
command.
kid. So
you program that.
right. So we could hear from anyone of the boys want to tell us about the coding process. Ezra.
Don't ask me, I know nothing.
I don't think
I
that's
only know
true.
how to drive and build.
This guy made it to the playoffs.
Get outta here. He's
Mr.
being
David
biased.
Sutton made it to the playoffs and came
So,
in sixth place.
No, that's for the.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead.
So after you build your robot, you have to code it to demand it for what to do for which controls and which buttons. So we go to this website and you have to basically set up code on the computer, like this button goes up, this button goes down. You have to set up the motors, and you have to compare the motors to which all the numbers and stuff.
Yeah, sounds pretty
And-
simple.
Yeah. And once you do that, you have to connect the robot brain to the computer to load it up. And once you do it, you just gotta practice.
Now let me ask you something. How is the coding? Learning the coding, is it intense? Is it hard? Is it?
So
And you find it rewarding?
so it's pretty hard. I couldn't figure it out at first. Betty helped me out because the robot kept on like resetting its code. So once Betty taught me how to do it, I was able to do it.
And
We
now
had a disaster the night
Yes.
before. The night before the competition, Freddie's team, they come to me, Betty, our robot is broken. It doesn't work. We're not making it. I'm like, come, guys, okay, 1 minute. Take a deep breath. Let's look at this. We look at it and we open the computer. What time did we stay? We stayed till,
Like
first of all,
I
she
was
should
still
know.
here that late.
Every day for the past week and a half, this robotics team, we have 49 students this year in the robotics
I just
club.
want to give a shout out to those other students. We can only fit so many people in
Yes.
this studio. If we could fit all of them, we would have. We want everybody to know who they are. But we could, this is just a representation. We got some great kids here.
Yes.
But kudos to all of them.
They put in so much time after school. Like Friday, they stayed till 3 o'clock, and Shabbat was at 4:15. We had Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. They were just like, "Can we stay more?" The night before, I was here till 7 o'clock.
Remember, I
The
saw
night,
you there.
the night before that, 6:30. So anyway, we fixed up Freddie's robot. Then they come to me. Now we're about to get on the bus. Yesterday,
and
and they
was again.
say, "What'd you say to me,
They
Freddie?"
reset the code again, and we didn't know what to do.
Betty, it's not working. Betty, it's not working. I'm like, guys, we went through this. It's working. Don't worry. It's not working. I look at it. I'm like, oh, it's not working. All right, bring it on the
We
bus.
tried to code it.
Bring
it
a
kept on not
computer.
working.
Bring all the
Wow.
stuff
On
on
the
the
bus.
go, on the coach bus. We, reset the code, and They were good to go. Made them practice a few times.
What happens that the code is law like that? It's not connected. Is there something that
So the
happens?
issue with theirs was that first the night before the ports, you have to put these, in the right ports. So the ports were all off. You see Freddie's design, his brain. This is the brain. It wasn't letting. It was blocking the claw, and it wasn't letting it pick up the pieces. So we redesigned it. We put the brain upright, and we switched the ports around. You had to redo the whole
It's like
code.
surgery. It's like
Yeah.
surgery.
We had to
These guys are surgeons.
redo the whole.
And right
Wow.
when we fixed it, I thought something. Whenever we were driving the robot, it always tipped over. So I know where to put the weight. I just grabbed the weight and I put it in the box where we put our robot.
Yeah, here. Show them the weight. Then the weight was interfering with the gears,
So
so it wasn't functioning properly. They had to replace the weight.
But you know what I love about this also? It sounds like, and I love this term, is it sounds like there's real critical thinking here.
Yes.
In order to get this to weight, the weight, and then the weight didn't work, and then you had to maneuver this. And,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
what was funny was when I saw you guys at the practice, I'm just looking at the remotes and I'm saying, wow, this is like, it's not a nice game, but now that you're showing us the pieces and I'm seeing what's going in and the ports and the recoding and something could throw something off, you have to be
Yes.
on literally on your game in knowing and following between the coding and between what's going on and what's said. Always there's probably a lot of different
Yes.
maneuvers. Am I right?
So,
I
Part of-
happened to be in the music room
Ah.
a couple of weeks because I like to play drums at the end of the robotic session so that everybody goes crazy. So I was actually that's not true. I walked into the music room and I saw, and there was something that happened, right? Like I think something was built like incorrectly. Like it was like you
pass the mic over to Gabby.
yeah. And the way, no, but just my observation was the way that you guys met that challenge, and I'll let you talk about it in a second, was just like, I even heard Vicki say, think about how much fun you're going to have rebuilding it, or something like that, right? But what happened? Gabby, what happened?
Put the microphone.
6 times.
So cute.
So
What went wrong?
we just built it wrong, and we were missing some pieces, and then we found out what was wrong. Then we fixed it, and then it broke, and then we fixed it.
And tell them what happened in the middle of the competition. I'm walking around again. There's 1,500 people, 150 robots, parents, grandparents, spectators, and Gabrielle's team is like, our whole robot broke apart. I look, it's maybe in 20 pieces.
Oh my
That wasn't ours.
It was Jill's. Now I'm like, oh my God. They're like, our match is in 60 seconds. Hurry up. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Jill, how'd you feel about that? Tell us about that.
I was really mad about that because it's if you don't make the match on time, they wait a minute and then they start the match.
Right, the whole match is a minute, right?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
they wait a minute for the other team to come, and then you start the match. Then you get stressed because you don't know if your robot's gonna be working, and my wheel kept falling off and it was crazy. And then it was, I don't know.
You
it
got
was
it. You
crazy.
got it fixed.
Yeah, and then one of the small, tiny gears kept we were my team was testing it and driving it, and the little gear fell off,
Oh.
so the crane couldn't
Of course it
go
did.
up
Why
and-
wouldn't it? Right. Of course it fell off.
it couldn't go up, and the crane couldn't go up and down, so we had to fix it. We had to take apart a whole side.
On the spot.
It was so annoying.
I heard,
We were waiting.
But they worked very well under
Wow.
pressure, I have to say.
I heard David say something before. He's like, I don't know anything about that. I'm involved in building and driving. Do you guys get to learn who's better at what part of robotics when you work as a team? Do you get to tell us about that?
Sometimes, yes. Other times, we're all good at it, and we just assign each other by random.
But you work well as a team. How do they work as a team?
You have to communicate a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
right?
well, first you gotta trust your teammates.
Oh,
That's also what this
trust.
is about. I'm also gonna
Isn't that
talk about another.
Yeah, that was one of our core
topic
values.
value
core
this
value
month.
of the
Yeah,
month.
you
Sorry
gotta
about the word
trust.
trust.
Well,
Trust.
We are trustworthy.
We're trustworthy.
You also like gotta give each person like a chance to see what part they're good at.
Wow.
Albert's good at coding the robot. I'm good at building it.
Joey
just
was
kidding.
great at driving. He brought them to the playoffs. They made the playoffs,
on.
these guys.
Yeah.
Joey did great.
Well, anyway, I have another question for you that's very
Very-
important. Is that I want to ask for everyone. So, how did it feel now once you got the coding, you got the momentum. I saw the practicing. How does it feel? I want to hear from some of the other teammates. How does it feel? At the competition. You see so many people there, and you're there, and you know all the rules, and you're practicing. How do you feel at that competition? How do you deal with the pressure? How do you deal with you want to win and all of that? Passover. We're curious to hear how you feel about that. How does that work?
Me and my teammates were nervous because there was a lot of people and it was very crowded.
Wow.
But after our first and second round of driving, we got more into it, and we felt like we were just all a team together, and
It's beautiful.
it doesn't matter even if we win or lose, it just doesn't matter.
Wow.
It matters if we have
That's
fun.
that's
How
beautiful.
old are you?
That's beautiful.
There's a lot of adults who need to learn that.
Yeah, it's about the team. Obviously, here we have great mentors, and we have Betti and we have Vicki, who really have gone above and beyond with this program here. It's exciting. You could see the love for their passion for teaching and for robotics, and I think that automatically translates. But we heard about trust. We heard about teamwork. Vicki also reminded us before now even about perseverance.
Oh, they're taking over, Rabbi.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch out, the robots are taking over the world. Yes, so the students yesterday were faced, I felt like it brought me back to a point in work in my career when, I had this big presentation, I had been practicing for weeks, and I was expecting to walk in at a certain point in the agenda with my materials and a certain time, and all of a sudden, it wasn't at the right slot, I didn't have my materials, they didn't come up right, and boom, you're nervous, exactly like what Joyce was saying. So we had a problem because the BQE was closed, the belt didn't work, this, that, whatever. We had all traffic going to Long Island, who knows. So we were there a few minutes late, and we didn't have the time to prepare and get ourselves organized, just like when I got thrown into that presentation.
Traffic lights to your advantage.
Next time we'll do that.
Oh, that.
By the way, we didn't have that idea.
So being thrown into that situation is very, very challenging and stressful. Forget about it. And then on top of that, the crowds, the parents, but our kids, I would say, the perseverance. So it's a good thing we just finished the core value of perseverance because they
Yes.
demonstrated it in spades yesterday.
So nice.
First of all, I'm so proud. We're all so proud of everyone. If we could do before we wrap up the show, because we got a lot of things going on at Hillel Yeshiva, if we could just do a quick.
I have also one more thing.
Yeah.
Ezra, could you tell us about how it is, how the robotics tournament works, working with other schools, collaborating with strangers?
Yeah, go to Ezra.
Give it to Ezra.
We'll give Ezra a chance here.
In the competition, you have a partner and you have to work with them to get all the pieces. They could get the greens and you could get the purples, and you have to get 2 in one of the boxes of the same color, and you get a uniform bonus. And each block you put in is 1 point, and if you get 2 of the same color, and you get 12 points.
And how is it working
What about the
with
red?
other schools?
That
The
big
red-
red one. What
You
was
have
the
to
red
knock
one?
it down,
red one.
and you
I love
could
that
pick
red
it up. And if you want, you could pick it up and put it in the thing.
Is that extra points if you put
Yeah.
that in then?
Yeah, because you get past that white line, and that's an extra height bonus.
Oh, wow.
So they work with strangers. They learn teamwork, collaboration, and they speak to the other teammate. They never saw them in their life, and they say, "Oh, you're from Hafter, you're from YCQ." And they say, okay, you go for that, I'll go for this. They have the strategy plan
Wow.
in 60 seconds.
People you
or
never
10
met
seconds.
before. Wow.
I heard a
You've
lot of
never
people
met
are
before.
cheering Hillel on. People, a
Yes.
lot of big fan club.
Great.
Big fan
out
club.
there,
We got
which is
parents,
really nice.
grandparents,
Yeah.
a lot of
parents came to also. Yeah.
fathers, mothers,
That's beautiful.
grandparents.
You know, so
We had
give
an
us
amazing turnout.
give us a little before we close up here. Give us a little
through a
tour, a little just a,
Oriel, maybe. Yeah, give us something.
Oriel, show us how you drive the robot.
you'll give the mic back to Vicki also, so we have
Yeah.
gonna explain also.
Want to give the controls to Oriel a little bit? See if and explain what you're doing as you're doing it.
Right now, this is how so you're supposed to open this up.
Wow.
Oh.
Why don't you try for the purple specimen?
Oh.
Show them how you put the purple specimen on in the fish.
You guys told this robot how to
aquarium.
respond.
Oh.
Wow, it's amazing.
He opened it.
He opened it.
Yep. And then you got to go to the next one. Oh, you got to pick that up. So cool.
Right, so you get thrown into this. This is what's called our playing field. You get 60 seconds. You have to accomplish these missions, and there's another robot roaming around at the same
Trying to
time. So
do
you're
it-
kind of
Yeah.
bumping
Trying to
into
beat
each
you, right.
other, and you're all
Right.
and
That's
you're
great.
trying to figure it out.
And the
Depending
playing
on
field
what-
is really double the size.
Yeah, it's a
or
little-
triple.
It's bigger, and depending on what you're able to accomplish in 60 seconds, you get points for that. So
Wow.
That's amazing.
All right,
Great explanation.
We are kind of out of time. I think.
Yeah,
I think
we-
we have to wrap this up.
Just show you how this one
All right.
works.
You
All
guys
right.
can play with the robots as we're closing up. We're gonna
Yeah, you could do it, but more importantly, no, you guys keep doing it.
keep playing robots.
We this was an amazing thing. This is a great investment. We could see the excitement from the students.
Yes.
You know, the teachers are excited. We can't thank Betti and Vicki enough for developing this and taking
Amazing.
this to a whole new level. The kids are talking about this everywhere. So many more kids, even in the junior high now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, want to get involved. I think this is the way of the world. Critical thinking, really hands-on experiments, and we're just moving and moving. So
They
thank
learn
you.
life skills through
Life skills.
robotics.
Thank you guys
hear
for
that.
joining us today. Thank
Thank
you to all
you.
our guests, and a big shout out to the whole robotics team. Everybody.
Before we close, I just want to say that last year we barely made the finals. We got top 16, and now we got like 6th place.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
we're growing. We're growing. Maybe later this year we'll actually make it to 3rd.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
All right. And of
They're
course-
working hard. And of course, Carl.
Carl Wallace.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Carl
Carl.
Wallace, our
Thank you,
producer.
Carl.
Thank you.
Everyone have a
everybody.
great day. It's been a great time, and we hope to have you guys back again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to such a great team.
השמחה בתוך ליבי זה היום, זה המקום שמיים נפתחו פתאום זה היום עמוק לנשום הסוף מחר כבר יש היום זה היום, זה המקום שמיים נפתחו פתאום זה היום אני אזרום בואו ונשיר את הפזמון Can't leave it till I'm on my way. All I got is just today. This one day I won't give